in the corner of a vibrating CH-47 Chinook, amidst the smell of hydraulic fluid and the deafening rhythmic thrum of rotor blades, a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois named Jax does something that seems biologically impossible for a predator in a high-threat environment. He collapses, not from injury, but from a calculated, near-instantaneous decision to down-regulate his entire nervous system. His head thumps against the metal floor, his breathing slows to a deep, rhythmic cadence, and within 90 seconds, his paws begin a subtle, rhythmic twitching. To a casual observer, he's just a tired dog. To a behavioral scientist, Jax is exhibiting a specialized physiological phenomenon known as the war zone downregulation anomaly. This isn't the leisure sleep of a couch-bound pet. It is a tactical necessity, a high-speed biological venting of systemic pressure that allows a high-drive working dog to maintain peak operational readiness over a 24-hour cycle. This ability to flip a switch from total environmental vigilance to deep restorative rest is the hallmark of the elite working dog's neurology. While a civilian dog might spend hours pacing or circling before settling, the military working dog has been conditioned, both through genetic selection and rigorous environmental exposure, to exploit every available microwindow of downtime. This creates a unique polyphasic sleep architecture. Unlike humans, who generally follow a monophasic sleep pattern consisting of one long block of rest, these dogs operate on a fragmented, high-intensity cycle. They aren't looking for 8 hours of shut-eye. They are looking for 20 minutes of optimized neural recovery. This polyphasic approach is an evolutionary throwback to the wolf, but it's been sharpened into a tool by the demands of modern conflict. The dog's brain scans during these periods show a fascinating paradox. While the body enters a state of profound muscular flaccidity, the brain's electrical activity in the theta waveband remains remarkably high. They are essentially keeping the engine idling at a high RPM even while the car is parked. This idling state is critical for threat state vigilance. We often assume that sleep is an all-or-nothing proposition, but for a dog like Jax, the sensory gates of the thalamus remain partially propped open. This is where the ethological reality of the canine brain differs from our own. A human in deep REM sleep is notoriously difficult to rouse without a period of grogginess, often referred to as sleep inertia. However, a tactical K9 manages a unique form of selective filtering. Their brain is capable of processing external stimuli while they remain in a dream state, categorizing sounds into background noise and tactical triggers. The roar of a jet engine or the shouting of a dozen soldiers might not even cause an eyelid to flicker, yet the distinct metallic click of a rifle safety being disengaged or the specific rustle of a handler's nylon kit will snap the dog into a full drive state in milliseconds. This is a result of the dog's amygdala and hippocampus working in a specialized feedback loop, maintaining a baseline of environmental neutrality while keeping the hot-wired pathways to the motor cortex ready for immediate activation. When we look deeper into the neurological processing occurring during these REM cycles, we find that these dogs are doing more than just resting. They are essentially running virtual simulations. During the REM phase, the pons, a part of the brainstem, normally sends signals to paralyze the major muscle groups, preventing the dog from physically acting out its dreams. However, in high-drive working dogs, we often see breakthrough movements, muffled barks, tail thumps, and intense paw paddling. This is the brain's way of consolidating muscle memory and olfactory data. If the dog spent the morning tracking a specific explosive precursor or engaging in a high-intensity apprehension, the brain refires those exact neural pathways during sleep. The olfactory cortex, which is 40 times larger in the dog than in the human relative to total brain size, remains remarkably active. They are literally re-smelling the mission, hardwiring the target odors into their long-term memory. This is why a dog that gets adequate tactical rest is significantly more accurate in odor detection than a dog that is kept in a state of constant low-level arousal. Rest isn't just recovery, it's an essential part of the training cycle. The relationship between the dog and the handler adds another layer of complexity to this biological puzzle, leading to a phenomenon known as autonomic synchronization. On a long-range patrol, a handler and their dog will often rest in close physical proximity, sometimes back-to-back. Research into heart rate variability, or HRV, shows that over time, the cardiac rhythms of the pair begin to mirror one another. When the handler's parasympathetic nervous system kicks in, signaling that the immediate area is secure enough for a rest, the dog's system receives a chemical cue through the handler's scent and subtle shifts in posture. The dog reads the handler's lack of cortisol and adrenaline, allowing its own system to drop out of a high-alert state. This synchronization is a powerful survival mechanism. It allows the dog to offload the burden of constant vigilance onto the person it trusts most. This is why a K9's sleep quality is often highest when they are in physical contact with their handler. The bond provides a safety signal that allows for deeper, more restorative stages of sleep that the dog would never risk in a state of isolation. The transition from this deep rest back into a state of high arousal operational drive is where the military working dog truly separates itself from any other animal on Earth. In humans, the transition from sleep to high-stakes action is governed by a slow clearing of adenosine and a gradual rise in norepinephrine. It's a ladder we have to climb. For a tactical K9, it's a vertical jump. This is the wake drive transition. It is fueled by an incredibly efficient cortisol clearance system. While chronic stress and high cortisol levels are detrimental to health, the acute spike of cortisol and dopamine during a wake-up call is what allows a dog to go from a dead sleep to a full-speed pursuit in a matter of seconds. They don't experience the mental fog we do. Their prefrontal cortex, what little they have compared to us, doesn't need to boot up. Instead, their system is hardwired to prioritize the immediate activation of the fight-or-flight sympathetic nervous system. But this 0 to 60 capability comes at a metabolic cost. To sustain this kind of rapid oscillation between extremes, the dog's body requires a massive amount of glycogen and specific amino acids to repair the neurotransmitters depleted during high drive states. This is why the diet of a working dog isn't just about calories. It's about brain chemistry. We are feeding the sleep-wake switch as much as we are feeding the muscles. When the mission ends and the dog finally returns to a secure base, the sleep changes again. This is the recovery phase, where the brain flushes out metabolic waste products through the glymphatic system. During these longer stretches of sleep, the dog isn't just dreaming of the hunt. It is physically repairing the oxidative stress caused by working in extreme heat, high altitudes, or high vibration environments. Understanding these cycles is vital for the handler. If you push a dog past its arousal threshold for too long without allowing for these polyphasic reset points, you start to see a degradation in environmental neutrality. The dog becomes jittery, overreacting to non-threats, or missing subtle target odors. This is the canine version of sleep deprivation psychosis. A veteran handler knows that a 15-minute nap for their dog in the back of a Humvee isn't a sign of a lazy dog. It's a sign of a professional athlete maintaining his equipment. They recognize the heavy eye and the specific way the dog's breathing shifts when they've successfully downregulated. They protect that sleep, knowing that the dog's ability to save lives in an hour depends on its ability to completely check out right now. There is a profound beauty in the silence of a sleeping war dog. In those moments, the fierce, intimidating predator that can take down a fleeing suspect or find a hidden IED is replaced by a creature of deep vulnerability. The twitching of their nose and the soft whimper of a dream remind us that despite their tactical gear, their titanium-capped teeth, and their unmatched courage, they are still biological beings governed by the same ancient needs as any other. Their sleep is a testament to the trust they place in the humans who lead them into the fray. It is a silent pact. I will be your eyes, your ears, and your teeth when the world is on fire, but in this quiet moment, I will trust you to watch the gate while I find my way back to the hunt in my dreams. As Jax finally stills in the corner of the helicopter, his heart rate hitting its lowest point of the day, he isn't just resting. He is reloading. And when that ramp drops and the light turns green, He will rise, not as a creature waking from a nap, but as a finely tuned instrument of biological precision, fully restored and ready for the fight.